Okay, I think I got it going. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's good. How about you?
Pretty good. Just waiting for the Tough Truck season to start back up.
Yeah,
Alright,
got a while.
let's see here. Okay. Okay, I got it. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
But, yeah, how was last year for you?
Last year was pretty good. We won Lima. Um, Wind up wrecking the truck in Bloomsburg,
Yeah,
as most everybody would know. Um, Wind up getting fourth. We went to Indy. Was battling Pat for the championship and wind up winning the championship. So and won the race. So it's a pretty good year at 19.
yeah. What happened at Bloomsburg? Like you said, you got caught up on the barrier there. Did you break anything or misjudge
Oh
a
yeah.
ramp? Huh?
Oh yeah, it broke all kinds of stuff. Broke the front axle in half, bent the shock, bent the link bar where the shock and the hook to the axle, bent it back up underneath the where my feet go. It just wasn't a good deal.
Yeah. Did something happen before that happened, like, or did you just misjudge where you were going?
Well, it kind of dropped off the side of the jump there, and it just took off, and went on to the um, just shot me over to the barrier, and that's how it pretty much made it go into the barrier.
Yeah. Uh, for those who don't know who you are, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your truck?
Yeah, my name's Nick Anderson. Run the red Chevy Colorado, sponsored by Centride Tire. Um, call it Lightning McQueen. Thanks to Brock Blankenhorn, kind of named it after in Bloomsburg in like 17 or something. Um, 2019 four wheel jamboree champion. Um, that's Truck's got a 436 small block Chevy, um, GM 10-volt axles front and rear, turbo 400 tranny. Works very well.
Yeah, but seems to be working really well. I remember you winning uh, Bloomsburg a few years ago, and then I went to Dunkirk County, Dunkirk, New York, and you won there also.
Yeah, that was in 16.
Yep.
Yeah. I
You
was
got
pretty excited to win Dunkirk because that's Pat's hometown fair, and I was like, I will race you for this one.
Yeah, that's an awesome place to run at
It
too. Lots
is.
of speed, and I was down
Yeah.
there in 2016, I think it was, and I had my first rollover in the Jeep. But
Yeah.
you gonna try anything different this year with your truck?
Nope, not doing anything, nothing major, just more or less maintenance and upkeep, more or less from the hard season we've had. I mean, we didn't get to run a whole lot of our fair season because of the wreck in Bloomsburg. We missed 8 races around here,
8.
so yeah, we
Yeah,
run about 25 to 30 races, including the jamborees, and that's including a couple of Pats too.
yeah. You're talking about a storm, right? The short track
Yeah,
off-road motorsports.
yeah, the storm events. I try to hit them as best I can. Depends on how far away they are and what day they're on. If I can get to them, I can go.
Yeah. And you're from? Are you like from Ohio or near there?
I'm in Zanesville, Ohio,
Yeah. Over
about
there,
right in the middle.
they don't call it tough trucks over there. They call it rough trucks, right? Most of
Yeah,
the
some
events.
some 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 fairs is rough truck, some fairs tough truck. It just depends on how they want to word it.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw. It used to be a Wrench Moran, but now it's RPM Army. his YouTube channel, but have you ever seen his Tuff Truck videos from Ohio? I've seen that you were in some of them.
Yeah, I've seen some of them, but I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is to actually talk to him or see where events and stuff he's actually at. But I
Yeah,
see some of them every now and again.
yeah, he stopped for a couple of years, but he did say he's going to try and start recording events this year. But
Hmm.
what's that show? The one event where they have that big semi. It's not a bit. It's not a semi trailer, I think, but it's a really big ramp. It's almost the size of a
Yeah,
semi flatbed or something like that.
yeah, yeah. That's Mount Vernon. We in Ohio we call that the Super Bowl of all the races because it's usually the biggest race we have, and it's actually two 45-foot flatbed semi trailers with the dollies cut out of them. They roll them up in some dirt and lay them in the ground, and that makes the ramp. And it's you can jump out about 70, 80 foot if you hit it right.
Yeah, those. How long did you say they are? About 45 feet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a 45-foot run, and it's about 8 foot tall at the end.
yeah, that's freaking awesome. And then right after, not right after it, but straight ahead of it is like a pond or something. Has
Yeah,
anyone ever ended up inside of it? Looks like there could be.
there's been there's been a few people in the pond. Not since I don't know if there has been since I've been racing. Um, I started in 2009, and Adam I think Adam Blankenhorn went in the pond one year when he was running. He was still running a CJ7 then, I believe, or CJ5.
Uh, you have a teammate, don't you? You have AJ's transmission truck, or
Yeah, we're all pretty much teammates anymore.
yeah, he got
Uh,
second at Blooms.
All the Ohio guys.
Yeah, he got second at Bloomsburg, right?
Yeah,
And let's see.
me and Travis Stevens been um, helping each other out here lately.
Yeah. What
In the
other
past,
shows? Sorry, go ahead.
in the like last season, we was always together and followed each other out and whatnot. Especially going to Bloomsburg because it's a 6.5 hour trip, 400 miles one way
Yeah.
for us.
What other shows are out there that you enjoy in Ohio?
Um, there's one in Norwalk, which is Huron County, and their show's very nice, well put together. Nice big long track. Um, we had another one in Tuscarawas County, which is Dover, but here in the last 2 years they haven't had us anymore for some. I think it's the Fair Board. Um, other than that, well, I got my hometown. I mean, I've been trying to help them get somewhat of a track put together. It's worth a crap because it's been an ordeal, but nobody wants to listen. The fair boards just they don't. Some fair boards don't like us because of like the fast trucks, the hot like some of them call them mod trucks, some of them call them hot trucks, stuff like that,
Yeah.
and because they don't want to have two separate classes, stock and modified, and have two separate purses, and they don't want to. And it's just a
Are there any shows out here you want to get to?
I want to go. I want to go up to Pat's hometown, Dunkirk again this year.
Yeah.
It's been quite a few years, so I want to go now again. We got the motorhome. We got a motorhome now, so we can go up and stay and then whatever. Cause it's about 6 hours up there too.
Yeah. Uh, do you know what's going on with the family events? Heard they were having some software upgrades or something that they're not getting the early bird registration or something? I heard something was going on there.
I haven't heard anything about software updates. I've heard there's been a few people let go from the company, pretty much managed and took care of everything there ever was to be done at an event, and now they're not there. So I think these people in California or wherever is don't even know where to begin.
Gotcha. But yeah,
I mean,
hopefully,
the show in Lima last year was not. It was the nicest weather we've ever had in a long time, and the parade route wasn't that big. There ain't that many people going to them anymore. I mean, it's $35 a head a day. I
yeah,
mean, that's pretty stout to wander around for little for there.
yeah. I know for registering for the tough trucks also for
It's
week
nine.
what
It's 90 if you don't early bird.
90.
90.
Wow. But yeah, I know for everything for Bloomsburg when I go just to
Hmm.
stock class and stuff, I can end up spending about $200 just to get everything set up for Bloomsburg. That's between renewing my NMRO thing that it was and
Yeah,
registering for
to race.
registering my tow vehicle and then
Hmm.
registering for the tough trucks. But we
Yeah.
had a pretty big field last year, didn't we? It looked like one of the biggest fields we ever had, as far
Yeah.
as
Bloom.
how many trucks we had.
Yeah. Bloomsburg's the biggest event they have for truck count wise for sure. I mean, Lima's got a good little bit, but Bloomsburg's definitely the biggest. I mean, Indy, there is two stock guys normally, two to maybe four at the most, and it's just the Indy. But Indy's a nice show though.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of their bigger shows, but um, Bloomsburg, Bloomsburg's my one of my favorites. It's probably the favorite one I have.
Yeah, same here, but I never been to Lima and Indy yet. If I do get to go to another one, it would probably be Indy, but I don't see it happening just yet. But
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
did you did say Bloomsburg's your favorite, and
Out of them three, Bloomsburg's my favorite. The drive is not my favorite, but just um, just the race and the show and everything out there is pretty much the favorite. And there's a lot of people that we race with really like Bloomsburg over everything else.
yeah, let's see. And have you
Indy's
won?
just so hard to get traction on that blacktop. It's just it's unbelievable. It's a whole nother animal if you've never been on blacktop before.
Yeah, Indianapolis. I
Yeah,
don't know if I would take my CJ7 or my modified build or my
yeah.
Cherokee down there. I really don't know. That's a tough choice to make.
Hmm.
But have you ever won any of the Indies or Limas? Well, you won Lima last year, right?
I won. Yeah, I
And
won
Indy,
Indy.
yeah,
I won Lima and Indy.
yeah, yeah. I was just thinking because you won Indy and Lima, but got you didn't win Bloomsburg, but you still got the championship. So
Yeah,
you gonna try and get an undefeated streak this year to get the championship again?
that's my plan. It. All depends on how Lima goes, because, like I said, with all them people gone and whatnot, it's hard to tell what kind of show it's going to be. I don't. Some people say
Mudfest.
some people say the rumor is this is the last year for just about all of them.
You mean there might not be any more tough trucks at the four-wheel jamborees?
Like the jamboree ain't going to be there.
Gotcha. Uh, Well,
So, I mean, we'll just have to see how Lima goes. How I know there's a couple people from Ohio that's not planning on going to Lima that usually do because of what's going on. I mean, we haven't got there's no information about nothing right now.
yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
little.
it's gonna be March a week from today.
Yeah, yeah, that's a little sad because I've been going to Bloomsburg since like 2000 actually when they had a Bigfoot 5 there, Bigfoot number 1 there, and all that stuff, and the stunt jump.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history with the four wheel jamborees and tough trucks also.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've been hearing, I talked to Marty Hansen a couple weeks ago, and he said the Indy four wheel jamboree is where tough trucks got started, possibly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So hopefully they figure it out. I
Well, I
love
hope.
going to. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. That's just like all of us tough truck racers complained about timers. So then we get set up on these timers and transponders. Well, now that them two people's gone, they probably ain't gonna have them no more because it was the one guy's equipment that we was using to make the timers work.
Uh, well,
That's another downfall right there. You got somebody clicking a stopwatch, and I mean, all of us mod guys are within hundredths of a second between each other. I mean, it's a hundredth of a second could mean first or fifth.
yep. I know exactly what you mean. I last year I got knocked out of a round of tough trucks in head-to-head racing by 500ths of a second. So you can imagine how close that was. And
Yeah,
well,
exactly. I mean, it's just it's sad, but I mean, I just feel like the company that owns them now just wants to collect money, and they don't want to have a show and whatnot. See, there used to be four. Well, there used to be like seven or eight back in the day.
talking about four-wheel jamborees.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember. There used to be one in Texas, right? Didn't there?
I don't know about Texas. I know there was one in Vermont. There
Vermont.
was one in there was Lima, Bloomsburg, Indy, Vermont, um, Missouri, and there was one in there's another one in Ohio. It was I can't remember what town it was in, but there was two in Ohio, and then there might have been one in Texas, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I got a question in the chat room from Urban Explorer. He's asking if if our racing is in jeopardy. It's just the four-wheel jamboree side of it. It's only one of the series that runs tough trucks on the East Coast. If they do decide to fold on tough trucks, it's not gonna be the end of the world, but it is gonna be like the end of pretty much a tradition for tough truck drivers over here. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, for some of them, that was a lot of that's half their season.
yeah, it's a hard hit, but no reason to give up though. There are other shows that might pick up the ball, so to speak, hopefully, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Who knows? Maybe it'll give a opportunity for different tracks to maybe make their own little series so they can have like a points championship or something like that. You never know.
yeah, you never know. I mean, and Pat with Storm, the Storm Racing Series,
Yep.
he's put on. He gets as many shows as he can get with his series, but his they're just the way they do things. The fair boards around in New York and PA and them states are different than the way they do them down here. I mean, it's a county tradition down here. I mean, everybody's. I mean, like I said, we run 20. We probably run 20 fair races a year, just local. Or anywhere from an hour, from anywhere from 15 minutes to 2.5 hours away from my house, and through the week. But
Yeah. Do you know who Jeff Stanek is with red, white, and blue Ford Bronco?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Adam Kosilowitz's dad.
Whose?
Adam Kosilowitz.
Oh, okay.
Their,
Because
their, their graffiti truck Raptor.
yeah, he was actually down here in my hometown a few years ago. Uh, I was getting some work done on my Cherokee the first year we were gonna run it, and out of nowhere he was at my friend's shop, and it turned out that he drove tough trucks so as well, and I didn't know. So that's pretty cool because who would have thought someone from Ohio racing tough trucks would all of a sudden just meet someone out of nowhere in Pennsylvania's hometown, both race tough trucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's quite unusual, especially from state to state.
Yeah, like over 6 hours away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a ways then.
Yep. But
So are you really close to Bloomsburg then?
about an hour and a half.
Hmm.
We're gonna be having Harrisburg here in about 2 weeks, and I'm right across the river from there, about 15 minutes. But
Hmm.
I'm an alternate truck for that event. That means if anyone breaks or isn't able to make it, that I'll get the first spot that opens up. So hopefully I'll get one. But
Who's putting that event on?
Jeff Bursey, it's Monster Trucks and Tough Trucks.
Oh,
I think he puts on some. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he does put on a Monster Truck and Tough Truck show every once in a while in Ohio. But
hmm.
not 100% sure. But
Yeah.
yeah.
What is the pay any good or?
To be honest, I don't know because I never won down there. But this is pretty much a stock event.
Oh,
Not modified, unfortunately.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
go,
I'm not opposed to traveling to as long as it's worth the trip. You know what I mean?
yeah, same
I've
here. I
been,
Go
I've
ahead.
run, we run Bloomsburg, of course, and we run in Butler County over there. We run in 3 or 4 different places over in PA. A lot of them was with the storm crew. I think we ran one for, oh, I know his name, the other promoter, Tim Howard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Him and Back Channel
Yeah.
Productions, Nick Davis,
Hmm.
and I did have something in my mind, but it went blank again. know what that? Know what that's like?
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, well, let's see. Let's see if I can think of anything else here, or if anyone in the chat has anything that they want to ask. I'll give them about 5 minutes to see if they can think of anything. But yep.
You got, are you gonna race? How many races do you run a year?
Depends. Just depends what money I have and what I'm working on.
Yeah.
I just pick. It can be like 10 to 20, maybe even more races because we start our first race in Harrisburg, which is March, and then we have most of all the way to April off until maybe about the end of April,
Hmm.
and once April comes by, we pretty much have a race every month up until maybe the end of October, well, beginning of October.
Mm.
We have stuff over here like Buck Motorsports, Mason Dixon, Disorder at the Border of Fawn Grove.
Is
Uh,
it all basically stock events or?
Mostly there are some modifieds. Let me think. I know Mason Dixon will have modifieds there for certain. They have their own little rule set up, I believe. And then Storm, of course,
Yeah.
but their shows are a little farther out, which I'm building the Ram for out of the '98 Dodge Ram modified.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's about it, to be honest.
Mm.
I think Storm and Mason Dixon are really, and Bloomsburg are the only real reason I'm building a modified with my friend Brad.
Hmm.
Still needs to get the King coils on the front and a little more modifications to the roll cage, but
You already have the coilovers?
yeah, I have them. They're up in my garage.
Mm.
Uh,
Everybody over there runs Kings for some reason.
uh, it's, it's nice to get the pop off a ramp and have the option to clear an obstacle, I guess, if you want that option. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you don't have to maybe lose your speed of going through an obstacle. That's just my
Yeah.
thought.
Hmm.
But
I mean, I run Fox shocks on mine. Um, I know Pat runs his ain't even coilovers. There's some other kind of shock on his.
yeah, they're gas, aren't
And
they?
yeah, they're just gas. They're like a gas shock. And Travis runs FOAs, and I mean, really, they're all about the same.
Yeah.
It's all about money too. I mean, how much you want to spend on a set.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the modified class, I notice a lot of the trucks like to nose over a lot. Is that because of the moving the motor back or something, or sitting lower, or do you know what causes that?
No, it's more or less in the valving of the shocks, more or
Okay.
less.
Yeah.
I mean, our wheelbase is probably a little bit longer than like Boy Toy and Warhorse and them guys. Um, but they set up their shocks to go. I mean, they like to fly.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's for sure. And just all on preference, I guess. I mean, sometimes it gets you in bad situations. Depends on how the jump's built. Um, I mean, and vice versa with their situation. It just all depends on how you build them,
Yep.
where the shocks are mounted, and everything else will definitely make a factor in them.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Wildwood, or is that like too far of a drive?
No, I've never been to Wildwood.
Yeah, that's a good show. Been there twice. Also want to go back to Dennis Anderson's parks again someday. I think
Yeah,
uh,
that.
I think Floyd Toy was down there before. I think it was him. Yeah, but I think they only have stock tough trucks now, so that would be something I'd have to take either my Cherokee again or my CJ7.
Hmm. Well, um, Jesse Parsons and Michael Springston went to Dennis Anderson's Mud Park and put on a like an expedition run down there on the track, and they they talked to Dennis, and he kind of seemed interested in doing something, but just they never really nobody ever really followed up with each other to make it make it a go. I mean, it'd be cool to run down there every once in a while.
Yeah, they have, they do have the stock tough trucks there, but they don't have the modified. Like I guess they decided just to keep it stock tough trucks instead of bringing modifieds also.
Yeah, well, they got mega trucks. That's their
Yep.
modified of trucks, more or less.
Yeah. And then Dennis Anderson built another King Sling. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah. It was on Diesel Brothers, or not Diesel Brothers. Um, there's another show that the Dirty Seven races. All them other teams from other states and whatnot, and they called out the Diesel Brothers called them out to race, and then the Diesel Brothers got Dennis Anderson and all them involved. So
Hmm.
that's but he wasn't driving.
Oh. Well, I got another question by the Urban Explorer. It's actually something we already talked about. He's asking, does the racing run all year or is it seasonal? Which for me is about March to October, but is that pretty much how it is for you?
Ours is about the end of May to October.
The end of May to October, so there's room for more races and to be earlier in the year if you wanted to.
If you wanted to, I know we run Brookville. It was kind of early. I know it was like a couple weeks before Lima one year. Um, but other than that, the problem is a lot of us, everybody's first race is usually Lima
Yeah. You
because
were
it's
talking,
always been in the middle of May.
yeah. You were talking about Brookville, PA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. They had a, what was it, about 2 years ago or something like that? They had a obstacle, they had a course that involved a school bus. Did you see that?
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that was awesome. They didn't have too many trucks there though, which sucked. I didn't get to go because I wasn't ready for the year, but
Hmm.
hopefully they. I don't think they're having tough trucks there anymore, but if they do, I want to go back. I think one of the trucks even cleared the school bus and landed like nose first off the down ramp. Like he
Hmm.
cleared the down ramp and landed his nose pretty much a lawn dart. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Yeah. And all right, I'll give the chat here another minute or two to see if they have anything they want to ask. But thanks for hopping on today.
Hey, that's no problem. I
Yeah,
appreciate it. It's good
yeah,
to talk to some people and answer some questions if we need to.
yep.
It's no problem.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this year. Hope you are too. Hopefully,
Yeah, yeah. It'll be an exciting year. I mean, right now I got the bullseye on my back. Everybody chasing me to be the number one again. So it's going to be a hopefully an exciting season, not be a catastrophe with the jamborees. I mean, like you said, it's kind of is sad. I mean, Lima's been going on for like 35 or 36 years, and same way with about all the rest of them.
hmm yeah, I love those events. So hopefully they do figure it out. But all right, I'm gonna let you go a while. Thanks again for hopping on.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, see ya.
See you.